The beauty of Pebble Beach withstood a beating from Mother Nature over the weekend. Despite the weather, which shortened the tournament to just 54 holes, the AT&T Pebble Beach National Pro-Am still attracted the best in the business. Here's a look back at the fans, the celebrities, the major champions that contended, and the new addition to the Masters field.
Settle in as we rewind the week with the latest edition of Monday Backspin from PGA TOUR.com.
The spectacular views from the cliffs surrounding Pebble Beach were muddled by wind gusts that measured over 60 miles per hour Sunday. Continued rains rendered conditions unplayable. Without a single shot struck in the final round, 24-year-old Dustin Johnson took home his second PGA Tour title. Hello, I'm Win McMurry. It's not the first time Pebble Beach has been affected by the weather. 5 times since 1958, the tournament has been shortened to 54 holes, and in 1996, the entire event was canceled completely due to unplayable conditions. This year, during what should have been Championship Sunday, a 40-foot Monterey pine fell across the third fairway. The CBS crew found ways to fill the airwaves as Gary McCord and Ian Baker Finch braved the conditions.
It was the worst conditions I've ever had to play in. If you tie in the wind, the sleet, the difficulty of the course, whatever, but I've played in colder and I've played in windier, but put it all together, that was very, very tough.
The final round was rescheduled for Monday, but rivers had sprung up throughout the course. The greens were flooded, forcing the tournament to be called off early, and Johnson declared the winner. Fred Albers of the PGA Tour Network shares his thoughts on Pebble Beach and the weather.
Well, we had a little weather blow in at this year's AT&T Pebble Beach National Pro-Am. That's not exactly breaking news, is it? Remember back in 1962, the final round was postponed because of a snowstorm. No snow this year, just some high winds, very high winds. But it's all part of the Pebble Beach experience. Whenever you visit the Monterey Peninsula, I feel it invigorates the soul. It touches every one of your senses. You can see the blue of the ocean, feel the bite in the ocean air, taste the salt coming off the surf. There's also a sense for me personally of disappointment. Disappointment in that we only get to visit this magnificent piece of property just once a year. And so, yes, we had a little weather at the AT&T Pebble Beach National Pro-Am. It just goes down as part of the lore, the history of Pebble Beach.
Thanks, Fred. While most will remember the bad weather from this year's event, Mother Nature wasn't unkind all week long. The sun was out during much of the first 3 rounds, and so were the fans and beachgoers soaking up the fun from the shore. Even the animals were able to join in the excitement brought in from the PGA Tour stop. Seals poked their nose into the sunlight and birds soared over the rocky bluff. The Pacific didn't always look angry. Friday, kiteboarders and surfers splashed alongside breaching whales. The celebrities also stole their share of the spotlight, and Bill Murray drank it in. He was one of many celebrities who held his own during the Pro-Am portion. Peyton Manning showed his athletic prowess on the greens, which attracted some of the cutest Colts fans. Others found ways to display the skills from their day job, including professional surfer Kelly Slater, who couldn't resist taking a dip in the waves. Singer Dustin Timberlake used his voice to coax his golf ball.
There you go. That's what you're supposed to do, a little lecture.
While sports broadcaster Chris Berman announced he knew his place wasn't on the golf course.
Well, we don't do this for a living.
And as always, comedian George Lopez knew how to get the laugh.
And whoops-a-daisy, and a double whoops-a-daisy.
But it wasn't all fun and games. Serious business was also at hand, and PGA Tour Commissioner Tim Finchem was in the field to see to it, playing with Davis Love III. Other major champions stepped up as well at Pebble, including Mike Weir and Retief Goosen, who were the only players other than Johnson double digits under par after 54 holes. 3-time major champion Phil Mickelson defends his title this week down the coast in Los Angeles. Coverage of the Northern Trust Open begins Thursday.